here all the time.
And after 3 years of lies and smears and slander, the Russia hoax is finally dead.
I'll get back to you when it's over. What's up, fam? What's up, fam? It's hump day, fam. What y'all doing? Y'all having a good Wednesday? Because it's a good Wednesday for me because my son's coming in on Friday and I'm stoked about it and I'm hanging out with you, which is what I like to do. How are you all doing today? Doing good? A lot of big news today. I dropped the podcast at 5 o'clock as always, and a lot of information within that podcast. Shout out to Shan Anon for sending me that incarcerated_ET thread. That blew my mind. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I suggest going back to that podcast and checking it out, because remember we were talking about James Comey and it spelled out James Corney. Remember that? Remember that happens in the IG? It did a spell check. There are tons of other names within that line up with that. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out the podcast that I dropped earlier today, and then maybe you'll get brought up to speed. Anyways, guys, I'm feeling good. I'm in a good mood today. You should be too. It's hump day. 2 more days until Friday and then the weekend. Christmas is almost here. I hope you're festive. I hope you're realizing that, hey, Christmas isn't about dropping cash, greenbacks. It's actually about love, and it's about being with your family and appreciating those around you. It's about God as well, and Jesus, whatever you prefer to call it. Guys, how hype was yesterday? We did a live streaming of the rally, and by all means, it was intense. That's probably the best rally I've ever watched. You know, I don't know about you guys, but that's just how I feel. But yeah, cool stuff. Guys, if you're new here, we do a live call-in show about 15 after the hour, after I get through with all the rigmarole. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe and leave a like. The more likes that this stream gets, a lot of people will get notified by it, and they'll get recommended to come on in and check us out. And if you want to donate to this channel, you can do so by going to the super chat down below the chat. If everyone donated $2 right now, it would really make a difference. Also, we got P.O. Box, we got True Reporting merch, we have PayPal, and we have a Patreon. With the Patrons, have a bunch of tiers on them. You get a bunch of kickbacks, a lot of perks for you guys, so that's cool too. And all those emails and letters, I do handwritten letters and all kinds of stuff, depending on what you sign up under, what tier. Those always get sent out at the end of the month. So hope you're stoked about that as much as I am. Again, this is open forum, so we can talk about anything. There's just so much to go on. You know, there's so much to talk about, and we always get to it, right? We always get to it. Yes, indeed. So, were your days good? Did you have a good day today? I hope you did. Lindsey Graham went to bat. Ted Cruz went to bat. Devin Nunes went to bat. These people are real patriots. I'll tell you one thing. They got the balls to get up there and really just go toe-to-toe with the deep state. And I'm stoked, guys. We're in the middle of a war. This is why I start wearing the fatigue. The helmet it's awesome, but it's a little ridiculous when I wear it, because I wish I could just get the headphones over it, because I'd wear it the whole podcast, the whole stream. Hey, JJ Jedi, welcome aboard from across the pond. Very cool, very cool. I like to see those. I saw somebody earlier from Scotland. So whoever you are, booyah. Thanks for joining us. Very cool. Yeah. Also, if you want to ask questions, if you want to send questions in, all you got to do is super chat your question. I'll read it, because that chat is going to start going really quick and it's hard for me to keep up with it. So if you want yours to be, what is it? Highlighted. It'll highlight it, then I'll read it to you, read it to the crowd, and then you'll get much more of a feedback message. So, AM from Northern Ireland, thanks for checking in, man. Thanks for being a patriot, and best of luck to you across the pond. We're sitting cozy. We got our popcorn. It's just beginning. It's all just beginning right now, and it's so beautiful because we just had the IG report drop, and then I think late spring, which is a perfect duration of all of this to pan out, and then we drop Durham's report. Then we wait more months, couple more months. Then we wait for the D class, and then what? Oh, that's right. Then we vote for another 4 years, right? Or 8 years, or 12 years, or 17 years, as he always says. He always ends on 17. Come on. Of course. Michelle Thivierge from Nova Scotia, Canada. Welcome aboard. Is that Nova Scotia is considered Canada? I guess it is. I mean, you live there, so we'll see. Thank you for saying you like the show. I appreciate you being here and spending your Wednesday night with me and everyone else in the chat. This is a great community. Everyone here is super positive. One thing I did get alerted on today, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. One thing I did get notified on is that it seems as though BoozTube is cracking down on violence. They're cracking down on what is it? It is violence, but it's also like threatening talk, stuff like that. So guys, if you can say really whatever you want, I don't really care, but just don't say anything like racist. Don't say anything that's like threatening towards anybody by a name, like if you said like Schiff or, Pelosi or something, just don't do that in this chat because the mods will throw you out because it is damaging to this channel. So I'm not trying to be PC or nothing like that. I'm just trying to watch my own ace, if you get my drift. Sunny Skies, booyah. Thank you for that super trap. Trump rally last night on live chat with True was the best rally of all. I concur. Thank you so much. Baby Yoda, what's up? Gaga Goo Goo, Merry Christmas to you. I'm going to be honest with you. That might be the greatest line ever said on this chat. Thank you, Baby Yoda. Thank you so much. I hope you stick around. Shane Anon testing. Someone said they got frozen in this. What? I don't know. It looks like we just got 3. Shannon, you didn't have to do that. But yeah, no, there shouldn't. Nobody should be getting froze. So, yeah, guys, thank y'all so much for those super chats. If anybody else wants to, you know how to do it. You just click down below on that money sign. And that's what you do. Thank you, Baby Yoda. All right, let's open up the phone lines real quick. The first number is right there. Boom, boom, boom. First number is East Coast. Second number is Central. And the third number is West Coast. You want to hit that meeting ID, and that'll bring you into the live chat. So if you want to, do so. And if you don't, if you're a little, I don't know, skittish or whatever, if you don't want to call in, you can super chat your question and I'll read it right then and there. I always do it. I stick by my word. Always have, always will. Be sure to check that podcast out. I put a lot of editing into that. It's a really good, there's a lot of information in there. It's packed. Steve D, thick ankle dog face still alive? Yeah, she's still rooting around in her kennel. She'll be out of here. Real quick like, see? Real quick like. Yeah. They will. Yeah, I don't want to really get more into what BoozTube talks about. Just be kind in the chat. That's all I ask. So mods out there, just be, eyes open. Because everyone got that message today. All YouTubers out there. So, you know. Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Is the music playing? Because I don't like dead air. Yeah, it is. Cool. Yeah, it be that. I'm in a good mood. At PayPal, we do have the best callers. That I can promise you. Ba-da-ba, boo-da-da-da-ba-ba. Call in. Let's talk. Let's talk. We could talk. It's open forum. We could talk about Christmas. We could talk about chemtrails. Linda Paris was telling, you can't hear the music?
Let's talk.
Yeah, it's playing. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where you from?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Thomas.
What's up, my man? Who's this?
Lenny from New Jersey.
Hey, Lenny, how are you?
I'm good, man. Want to hear what your thoughts are. I heard that from another YouTuber that they might be voting tomorrow on the articles of impeachment. Who do you think would be some good people to call for the Republicans to call in the Senate? Because we got to try to show that Trump, he was justified in him holding the aid because he was concerned about corruption in Ukraine. Do you think it would be a good idea to call the prosecutor that Biden fired?
Oh my God. I don't think they'll call on that guy. I think that I've heard two things. The first thing I heard was that they want to bring up impeachment, like they want it to happen almost because it's going to boost him so much higher. Same thing that happened with Clinton. This is kind of like the trend that happens. You get boosted up really big. It also, you know, we can also think about how, you know, it's they're playing a game. We're watching a game right now, which is like there's a lot of optics to this. So it's really hard to kind of put your finger on what the hell is actually taking place until it actually happens. And then 17 brings us the facts forward and we're like, oh, okay. So, you know, we can, you know, throw our theories out there. You know, we can, you know, talk about this. But I mean, what do you think about it? Do you think that he'll be impeached? Do you think they're gonna, what do you think's gonna take place?
I mean, honestly, yeah, okay. And then it goes to the Senate and he'll be acquitted.
But yeah, I mean, the Senate's the key. So the Senate's a lock. So, I mean, either way, it's a win. It's a win-win. So, you know, I think what they're just trying to do is it's more of putting the spotlight on certain people. I think that's the game plan as of right now. It's just putting a spotlight on people who are completely guilty to turn the focus on. And which is crazy, though, what's ass backwards is that the people who are guilty, just like today, what I talked about, you have Horowitz. He's bringing forth all this information, and yet none of the big letter, you know, the three-letter TV companies out there are even covering it. Nobody's talking about it, and it's unfair. It's garbage. So it's like, have you noticed that? I mean, that's crazy that they're not even talking about it.
Not only that, though, but I mean, he's saying there's no political bias, but at the same time, he's admitting that, okay, yeah, there was at least 17 instances of omissions or errors, as he's calling them, but yet they still went forward with the warrants. And what do you call that if that's not a bias? If they're omitting information, but they're getting the warrant anyway, and they're lying, then what do you call that if they don't have a bias?
Correct. And this is another thing, is that Horowitz did only partial of it. Like, he only has so much information. In Durham, that's why POTUS is like, hey, Durham's going to bring forth the hammer. You know, that's going to be the big dog that comes out, and then D-Class after that. So, you know, this is only partial. This is basically, like I said when we started this show, is there's going to be enough duration between each testimony, each report, that it's just going to build, and then it's going to be a nuke, and then it's going to get bigger, more evidence, more corruption, more proof, and then another nuke. So this is like a 3-part series of just the demolition of, first, the deep state, secondly, the 3-letter agencies, and then thirdly, the Mockingbird media are all going to implode from this. I really believe that. I think it's going to take about 2 years. If that.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I think that's what's going to take place. And it may not take that long, but they definitely have to do, what I talked about in the podcast today is that perfection takes time. This is what William Barr said as well. He said these things take time, and they do. Because, if you can have 17 talk about 2 years ago, it was December 9th of 2017, talking about justice. That was all it said, was justice. And then to the minute, they dropped the IG report 2 years later. It's so precise and so perfect. It's basically, it's just like sit back and watch. This is what we're supposed to do and report on it and spread it on all social media, because you know who's not going to do that? The frickin' MSM. They're not going to do it, so it's up to us.
Right.
Yeah, Bubba.
All right, bro. That's pretty much all I have to say.
All right, Lenny. Well, call back anytime, dude. Great call. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good
one.
one.
Buddy. Bye-bye. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey, this is John Ellico from California, bro.
Hey, John. How are you?
I'm doing great, brother. I'm just following you live and checking out the other podcasts that are available. And I've been a follower and awake for about 2 years since its inception.
Well, that's good, man. I appreciate your support, and I'm glad you're awake, dude. I'm glad you're in here with us. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, nothing. I just wanted to call in and just share and express my my following in my ability to share some of the information with my people I come in contact with, to try to wake them up to what's going on, because I believe a lot of people are in denial and just are resistance to believe that there's actually, all this upper level conflict that's going on within government, before it breaks on out into this local level.
There you go. There you go, my man. That's all you can do. Just keep pushing it out on Facebook and Twitter and everywhere you can. That's all you can do, and get a following, start groups, and just start talking with other people and spread it outwardly. It's very important that we do so, man. We are the news now. And I appreciate the follow. I appreciate the support and the gratitude, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. Well, I'll still be following, and God bless you, and God bless all the Patreons out there trying to spread the word and keep faith in God. That's
Absolutely.
all I say.
Keep the faith in God. I totally agree. Thanks, man. Thank you for the call.
All right, brother.
All right. Take care, Bubba. Hey, Nix. Thank you so much for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. No, thank you. You don't have to thank me. Thank you for supporting this and believing in what I do. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live call-in show. Who is this and where are you from? Hello?
Thomas, I think you got me again.
Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live call-in show. Who is this and where are you from?
Hi, Thomas. My name is Gina. I'm from a southern state.
Hi, Gina. Welcome aboard.
Just got a quick question for you. Are you open to talking about guns for a little while?
Sure, we could talk about that. That's fine.
Okay. All right. So my husband and I were gun dealers in the state of Virginia.
Okay.
So I'm going to share with you a little story about selling guns.
Okay.
We had a gun auction house, all right, and we were selling guns. And when we started that, I went to the closest local gun dealer to us just to say hi, introduce, because you want to be friends with the people who do the same thing you do around you.
Sure.
And he was telling me a story about one day when Obama sold more guns than anyone else in that time period. He had a gentleman come in, fill out the paperwork to get a firearm. And while he was waiting for the check to come back, because what's interesting is Virginia doesn't use the NICS system like the rest of the country. They have their own system because they don't trust the federal government system.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Sure.
So while he's waiting for his approval to come back, he gets a phone call from the state police, and they're asking him if he's still there and if they can keep him there. And he said, absolutely, he's still here. We can keep him there. And next thing he knows, he's got police officers there to arrest the guy because he was just released from prison about a week ago. Okay? So they arrest the guy for illegally trying to purchase a firearm because he wanted to do so to kill his girlfriend. And but all he kept saying to me about this story is, why would this guy come here? You could buy a firearm on the streets. You could buy a lot of different. Why would you come to a gun dealer to buy a firearm? It
Right.
made no sense to him. Okay. So after that, I started doing a little research, not too much, but I found out that year, Virginia had approximately 600 denials. Okay.
Denial of what?
For a fire.
Okay, denial of a firearm. Okay.
Yeah. For the sale. And of those 600, they prosecuted 5 people.
Oh, Jesus.
For illegally, yeah. And that really scared me. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you know, and I was talking to my attorney about it, and he said, well, Sheena, some people don't know. And I'm like, how do you not know you're a felon? And that was the end of that conversation. Yeah, that was the end of that conversation. But in Virginia, you can't buy firearms under other certain circumstances. So there are situations where people may not know, okay?
Right.
But not 600 of them. So anyway, when the whistleblower all came out, Horowitz was in front of the Senate testifying. He was there for about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The first hour was all about the whistleblower. And then the second hour, they got into the mundane, routine things. And I'm sure not very many people were listening to that section. But one of the congressmen asked him, and I think he was in front of the Senate, so it would have been a senator, asked him, when was the last time they checked the NICS system for denial, you know, how many denials they had. And he said the last time they checked was when Obama was in office for a 6-year period from 2004 through 2010. They had over 72,000 denials. Guess how many people they prosecuted for illegally trying to purchase a firearm?
Out of 72,000?
Yes.
100.
11.
Oh, wow.
Okay, 11. All right.
What the hell's wrong with Virginia, man? Y'all state is going downhill big time, isn't it?
Well, no, that was nationwide.
Oh, nationwide. Okay. Yeah. Well, still, I mean, that's so, yeah, there's a lot of illegal guns out there, man. People who are illegal, rather, who do have felonies are walking around with semi-automatic weapons. Yeah.
So this is where it gets crazier, because right now I know Virginia's got some crazy gun legislation that they're trying to get through. But that's a totally different topic I don't want to get into. But so there were 72,000 out of 72,000, only 11 people were prosecuted. So then Horowitz was asked, why was it such a low number? And he said, well, what they determined is that the vast majority of those were false negatives.
False negatives?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
Which means they should not have been denied purchasing a firearm.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right. Now, if they have 72,000 false negatives, how many false positives do they have? I don't know.
Right.
But that's a legitimate question. So my point to all this is that in business, anything you track, what you're concerned about is what you track, right?
Right.
All right. So I'm just going to think of like a convenience store. That's something easy to understand. You track every day how much your total sales were. You know how they were divided up.
Mm-hmm.
You know if it was fountain drinks, coffee, snacks, whatever. Okay.
Right.
But you track it every day, and they pretty much will track down their sales by hour to see where their peak times are so they can take care of labor and all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you think that if guns were such an important thing, they would be tracking on a daily basis or a weekly basis how many gun sales there are with negatives?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's so important to keep track of these things. They're you know, they kill people. I mean, it's pretty important to keep a tally of what's going in and out.
Right. But they hadn't checked those. They haven't tallied those numbers since 2010. He's supposed to be working on tallying those numbers again. But my point is that they're really all that concerned about what firearms we have and everything else. You'd think they'd also be tracking that, and they're not, which tells me they're not concerned with people buying them, okay?
No.
They're concerned about knowing who has them, and they're concerned, they want them in the hands they're not supposed to be in. And that whole little system there is a sham, because if they're not tracking it and they're not following up on it, I mean, 11 people across the nation in a 6-year period is pretty ridiculous. So
Yes.
one or two things are happening. One, felons aren't buying them. But let's go back to my friend who had a felon come in his door.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Why would he come in his door? Because he had a reasonable expectation of being able to walk out the door with one.
Right.
So my point is that I don't think that background check is doing anything except to make it more difficult for people who have the right to buy a gun, which we all have that right to buy a gun. The
absolutely.
Constitution doesn't say if you're a felon you can't own one. Okay?
Right.
So I really think that's.
I think it's just to meet someone in the middle. I think it's just to keep the peace and try and get votes is what I believe it is. Because it's pretty lackadaisical.
Right. Well, all right. So, I mean, if you go back in the history of firearm law, all right, do you know what the event was that caused them to even require serial numbers on firearms?
The reason that they did that, I guess, because if they were coming in overseas or they were illegal weapons.
No, it was a result of JFK's assassination.
Oh, was it?
Yes. And then when they put the whole background check in place, the reason behind that was from the Brady Law from the attempted assassination of Reagan.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, what in my humble opinion, and I could be very wrong, is that if you have to do that, it's all about putting in a process where they can put in a registry and actually track where they all are, who has them all, and everything else. Because once they know who has them, then they can go take them.
Right. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. You know, people, you have to register your weapon and then people know when they have one. But I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think that this is, I think it could have happened if the thick ankle got into the Oval Office. I think that would have happened, but not under this administration nor any other administration that has to do with our president right now. So, and I believe it's going to be Trump dynasty. So.
Right. No, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I'm just kind of hoping for the day that when the storm is past and we can start actually, start becoming a free nation again, because I don't believe we're free.
No.
There's too many laws, too many other things that this is. Yeah, I'm hoping this is one of those things that goes away.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But I think it's hopefully part of the bureaucracy that goes away. But anyway, I find those numbers to be rather alarming.
They're alarming. So, it's very strange, and it's something to definitely dig into. But good points tonight. I'm going to move on I got 4 more callers, so I appreciate that. We haven't had a gun discussion on here yet, and you bring up some very unnerving facts that we need to look into.
Well, I appreciate your time, Thomas. Thank you so much. Be blessed.
Thank you. You too. Have a wonderful night. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey, this is John from Milwaukee. Can you hear me?
Hey, John. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. 10-4. What's up, my man?
Hey, man. Big fan of the show.
Good to have you aboard.
Been following along since soon after Q came on the scene. I found your YouTube channel. So.
Oh, wow. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, the whole way for the whole journey here.
Awesome, dude. That's really cool. Thank you for the support, man. You got anything on your mind tonight? Anything important?
Well, actually, I was listening to your show a couple days ago, and I was trying to get through. I had a little trouble, but I made a list of things to talk about here, so we don't have to spend a whole lot of time on them, but
sure.
We just kind of go through a couple things and see where it goes. But I thought to start it off, we can just do something fun here, and I'm a metal musician. I like playing heavy metal guitar.
And
basically, like, I don't know, one day I was jamming and I was just looking through the Q posts and I was like, this stuff is like so inspiring. I was like, it'd be cool to come up with a song based on some of the Q posts or some of the phrases.
Sure.
So I just wanted to throw that out there to the audience, see if they have any, ideas, or if you got any ideas on a particular post that would translate over to song lyrics.
Oh, dude, I would have to look into that. You can email. I mean, give me your email. I'll give you a thing, because I'm right at that alley with you, man. Like, I really do like the heavier style music, and I would have to. I don't know any posts right offhand, but
yeah, that's cool. I just wanted to throw that out there. So
sure.
Yeah, we talk about that later.
Yeah.
One thing I was hoping you could clarify for me. I've heard this said a lot, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was referencing in the Q post, and different people analyzing it. But everyone was always saying Flynn knows where the bodies are buried.
Yes.
And I wasn't sure specifically what that was referring to. Is that referring to like the Clinton body count? Is that referring to Epstein stuff? Or
I think it's all under the umbrella. I think Giuliani also has that list as well. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, with the crime syndicate of the Clintons, they're right there in New York. They're in the Hamptons, right there. And then what Giuliani's known for was for being for clearing out the crime syndicate within New York, and and who's best friends with him? Well, POTUS is. There's a lot of. Let's be honest. There's what is the deep state? It's a mob. That's what the hell it is. They make people disappear. Hey, one of their lackeys. You got Jeffrey out there. He started yapping. He's gone. So supposedly gone. But it's that's just what it is. It's a crime syndicate of corruption and money and murder, and they're eradicating it day by day. I mean, you have these rich people who use MS-13 as foot soldiers, go in, they smuggle in guns, kids, which is guns, adrenochrome, and then you have, just masses amount of people who are in Hollywood who portray this stuff, and, I believe it's getting so eradicated in real time. What's up? Man.
So there's just so much stuff going on, man. We're living in crazy times, but it's good to have, people like you giving good, solid analysis, and,
Oh man, it's so exciting.
The mainstream narrative, because the mainstream media is just so pathetic at this point. I can't watch it for more than a couple seconds without getting angry.
It's a dying breed, my friend. A dying breed.
Another quick thing, I just wanted to throw out to you and the audience is. I forget where I came across this. I think it was on another YouTube podcast or something, but it was a story connecting Adam Schiff to having these couple of really sketchy friends. And I was kind of wondering if there's anything to it, or if it was fake news or what.
Ed Buck? You talking about Ed Buck?
Something to it. Yeah, the Ed Buck and the Dr. Hensel connection.
Yeah, bro, that's all very real, man. I mean, these people they're no offense out there to anybody, but I think they're sadists. They're sadists. They're homo.
I looked it up and I found a couple articles right away, and it's like, why is that not front page news? This guy's leading the impeachment circus, and he's got those sketchy connections, and it's like they don't even talk about it.
No. I mean, this guy, he was found with 3 dead bodies, and it's just like, and then they show these pictures of him where he's like talking into a megaphone. They show all these good pictures, and then they never show the picture of him when he was in court, when he was getting booked and he was in handcuffs. He had shackles on his feet and on his wrist. He looked like he weighed about 96 pounds because he's been smoking meth for the past 10 years. Jeez. He looked like a skeleton. And, that's the picture they use is him being healthy and talking to a megaphone. There's nothing wrong with Ed Buck. He just had 3 black guys dead in his apartment. There's just turn the other way, guys. We're good.
Come on, man.
And you can think about with Adam Schiff.
Weird thing, but sketchy, but it's like 2-3 times. Come on now.
Yep.
That ain't right.
Yeah, man. Imagine if that happened to Donald Trump Jr., what would happen? What would that happen if that happened to Brad Pascal? Trump's leading campaign manager.
Standards are just so stunning. It's like, man, they just brush off anything that comes their way, and just act like they have the moral high ground. And it's just like, it's unreal to see, man. I know you're
incredible.
Right there with me feeling that, it's like the brazenness of what they're doing, and I just can't understand it,
Well, they're sadists. They're psychopaths, and this is what we're dealing with. And they thought that they had their piggy bank, that they were going to sell this country down and out to China and to Ukraine and to other foreign entities, to other foreign deep state entities. And then, hey, the hell with that. That's not happening no more.
Right.
And not only is it going to happen, it's not going to happen. Rather, you're obviously going to go to jail. You're going to be shown. You're not going to be able to walk down the street. And you're either going to off yourself or you're going to be thrown in Gitmo or get the gas chamber. So
let's hope so, friend.
What's that?
The whole Biden quid pro quo thing just makes me laugh.
It pisses me off. The arrogance.
He is on camera bragging to the Council on Foreign Relations. Like he's supposed to be a representative of the people, and he's bragging to them. Like that's
the same thing with Obama. Same.
You know what I mean? And Hillary, she was there. Like, did you ever hear that video clip of her where she's like, "It's so great to be at the base where I go to be told how to think" or something? It was so ridiculous that it was like, all right, she doesn't, she doesn't have any real ideas for herself. She just gets everything, marching orders from these globalist NGO think tanks.
Yeah.
And, carries out their orders. But then, like, the
crooks, they're criminals.
Going back to Biden, I mean, you have quid pro quo, which is Latin for this, for that, which they're accusing Trump of, but you also have extortion and bribery thrown in there because he was threatening to withhold aid unless they drop the prosecution. Trump's just pointing at that and saying, hey, guys, that's sketch. And they're going to impeach him over it. It's like, what? Are you kidding me? Not to mention, though, the deal with Bill Clinton signed a bill, probably, in the late 90s or something like that, outlining how the Ukraine and the U.S. should participate on matters of corruption. So Trump is doing what he's supposed to be doing, and actually following Democrat, the Democrat line on that, which is like they put that rule in, not us.
Absolutely, man. Good points, my friend. I'm going to hop on. I got 4 more coming in right now, and I got to get over to some super chats. Good points, dude.
What about is your email somewhere where I can shoot you email or something?
Yeah. It's TRUreporting 1985 at Gmail.
Awesome, man.
Hit me
Thanks
up.
a lot, brother.
All right, Bubba. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye. Great call. Good guy. Let's see here who we got coming in. What do we got here? We had one from... Where'd he go? Am I losing my mind? I know there was another one on here. Here it is. Topher USMC said fist bump. Right back to you, man. Thank you for that super chat. And also coming at us from Jeff George. Did you play football? Right? Was that a football player? Anthony Bourdain was in the same hotel as Schiff. Chateau Marmont. Bourdain witnessed Schiff drugging a minor who died. Maid found them, then Bourdain dead. Yeah. I know all about that. It's sickening and disgusting. I remember, what is it, John for Truth or whatever his name is, posted that with Red Pill. Sickening people. They're all demons, in my opinion. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where are you from?
Hi, this is Erica. I'm calling from Lorain County, Ohio, the home of Jim Jordan.
Oh, that's a good one. How are you, Erica? You doing good tonight?
Yeah, this is my first time ever being in a live chat.
Oh, well, you're good. You got in, and it's good to hear from you. Thanks for joining the party.
Thank you. It's just so exciting. What an exciting time to be alive. I don't know about everybody else, but I just feel so close to this movement. It really is the Great Awakening. I woke up, I never believed in God my whole life. And then August of 2016, my husband and I were Googling on our phones of what church we should go to. And then someone walked up to our house and said, hey, come visit our church tomorrow. So we've been going there ever since. I'm
awesome.
So much happier. Yes. I mean, it's just amazing. And then my boyfriend, we were boyfriend and girlfriend for 17 years. And then we finally got married. Well, actually, we had a kid we started trying in November of 2016. And then it took us a while. So she'll be 2 on January 17th. Isn't that funny?
Nice.
And
Oh,
then
Capricorn.
My husband, well, the 17th. I just think that's funny. And then we finally
of course.
got married.
Yeah, you got
married after being together 17 years.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
And then at my church, someone gave me a wedding ring that had 17 diamonds on it. I'm like, geez, oh man, that's
no
so
coincidence.
crazy.
Isn't that how cool how God works like that?
Yes. So, yeah, everything has just been so amazing. And I love Jim Jordan. Everything's just so awesome. All this awakening. Everybody is waking up slowly but surely.
It's very positive. Very positive. It's palpable, and it's bringing everyone closer to God. That's the reason, I believe. And I'm gonna get flack for this, but it's ascension. This is what that is. Everybody's going to say, that's a new age word. I don't give a damn about that word. I don't care.
It doesn't matter about the word. It matters that this is timeline 1, okay?
Yes.
This is the first one. There's a reason why they called it number 1.
Yes.
Anyways, did anybody notice last night in the rally that he mentioned that he wants to cure certain childhood cancers and AIDS? I'm like wondering, what does he mean by that? Is he going to go after Big Pharma? That'd be great.
Oh, he's already gone after Big Pharma. I mean, we have the lowest drug prices in like 25 years. So I think it's like 10 years. But he's going to go after them. And you have childhood cancer that he's going to get rid of. I mean, that's the same thing as cancer, to be honest. And then he's going to eradicate AIDS within the next 10 years. So
and we all know what most of that stuff stems from.
Correct. Yeah, that stems from the government. Exactly. So, we are moving in the right direction. This place we won't even be able to really wrap our minds around it or even remember what the old life was. We're going to be so enthralled in positivity and love, and just being so we're just going to be really, really fortunate, and I believe we're going to become very wealthy at the same time. Because I think Federal Reserve is going to.
I'll let you go, but it was just such a pleasure to talk to you. I'm so excited for this time to be alive.
Hey, thank you so much for calling in, and call back anytime.
God bless.
All right, God bless you. Thank you. Stills, thank you so much for that super chat, my man. I appreciate that and the support. It really does run deep. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where are you from?
Hey.
Hi. Hello. Who is this?
Hello. Hey. This is Melinda, the nurse.
Hey. What's up, Melinda?
Yeah, nothing much. I had gotten a message that it was like you will no longer be notified for the chats.
You'll no longer be notified?
It said something like that today when I was, coming on, and about 15 minutes ago it says you will no longer be notified. And then I got back off and it got back on, and I was, I was in the queue. So
I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means.
All right, well, cool. Well, I just had, as usual, just like a few bullet points. Hi, everybody. You remember me, right?
Of course. We're good.
Okay, all right. Okay, good. Okay, well, we're talking about Bourdain. I just want to say this. I have an autographed book, his first book, Kitchen Confidential. I bought it from a half-price bookstore and happened to buy an autographed copy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
His first book, yeah. But anyway, I'm just concerned. I was wondering, why was he there at the same, motel where Adam Schiff was? And they keep talking about the Standard, but I didn't know it was the Chateau Marmont. So that was odd.
Well, I don't know. I mean, he could have been doing some pretty dirty stuff, too. I mean, these people don't get to these levels. Let's be honest. These people don't get to these levels without having to do something very dark. Because they're getting a ton of cash, and he could have been up to no good.
You're right, and he has stated on some of the reports that because I was introduced to him basically. When I say introduced, I saw him through Top Chef back when I had a TV.
Yeah,
he was always one of the judges on Top Chef, and then he had 2 great shows. On CNN and something else, but it seems like one of the last shows that he was doing, he was uncovering something. I was like, when did a food show become something where he was seeming to get political, and I noticed that.
Yes, and the most disturbing thing, Melinda, about him is if you checked out his Instagram. Him and his girlfriend's Instagram was extremely dark. A lot of witchcraft.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
it's still up too. You can go look at it.
It is okay, but he said that Hillary was sending her goons after him. So he stated that he'd been in, some stuff with that too. He stated that on his on something. But yeah, I didn't know, and I guess I kind of figured, but he was starting to get really political with his show, and then that happened. But I figured you couldn't, these flock together. And then the other thing I wanted to say was I was kind of felt a little bit. It was positive when I saw that Bill Barr had said that, these things take time.
Correct.
So that was one thing. And then my next thing, this kind of applied to last week when I wasn't able to call in, Thomas. Like something was wrong with the ID or something. But anyway, I just wanted to say this. When it's never destroyed, but when in the days of Noah, when mankind was wiped off the earth and bad kind, remember Adam only had dominion over the earth. Satan's dominion is over the water. So if you destroy, quote, the earth by water, all those water spirits still live. So that's why.
Interesting.
Really everything on the that's why. So these things that we know as demons and stuff, these are water things. Satan's dominion is the water. The Poseidon, all those other things, and the Trident, and what's the other one, Leviathan, all that stuff. That's water stuff. So anyway, everything was, because water spirits can live. That's why I guess the second time it was supposed to be destroyed by fire. I'm not sure if it's literal fire or what, but so that was it. Adam had control over the earth, the dominion of the earth, not the water. And I wanted to say again. And what we're finding now is that everything we keep saying is that they're trying to prove the Bible false.
Yes.
And the more and more we keep looking into it, it's like, man, this is, even though things have been taken out, when we still, submit to God and to the and pray, we still have the answers and we still have knowledge. And look at how we're all connecting. All this stuff, and we're connecting like this, asking questions. We're all brought together for a reason. We're connecting like this evil has been connecting.
Correct.
They don't have power, Thomas. They're not elite. They are, if they're anything, they're corrupt. It's corrupt DNA. They're not elite.
Yes. 100%.
They're parasitic. So that we
Great
change
word.
the wording and you change. Yeah, they're parasites. And I just look at this. I started to think Stargate SG-1 was, when you look, I watched after that went off the air. 10 years of that I watched on video. One of my ex-boyfriends used to love it. And I'm thinking, oh my God, this is so Stargate SG-1. It's all these things, quote, different worlds and these, different, just all this stuff. It's like, the other day I saw a picture of Nancy Pelosi, and sometimes these people look different. Sometimes they're like, the Band-Aids thing is some type of sign.
Yeah.
Their faces look different.
Yeah.
So this sounds so weird, but you guys, it's not. This is not false. This is not something weird. And when you've been taken so far to one side, you feel like the people who are telling the truth are the weirdos. It's not. And I tell you, Hollywood, whenever I see a movie now, I get really angry. I don't have a TV since 2013. But I get angry, Thomas and everyone else, because it's like they're trying to punk us. And we're just now catching up. And it makes me so angry. We should be really pissed off.
Yeah. We are. I get fired up. Yeah. I get fired up all the time on this podcast, especially when I'm recording podcasts. I have to go back and delete it. I have to edit out because I get so mad about it.
Serious? Wow, yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I have to go back and edit it because I get so frustrated with it. Like, it's just, please, like, it happened today when I realized that, hey, you know, that these MSM isn't even covering the Horowitz testimony. Like, I had to erase out of the original podcast what I was talking about because I was so mad. But, you know, Melinda, it's okay. They're parasitic. They're dying. We're winning. And it's crumbling. They won't be able to walk down the street. And the karma they are about to receive, my friend, is going to be unlike anything they've ever felt before. They're about to get smashed like some roaches. I can tell you that.
And you know, one more thing. A long time ago, Nancy Pelosi was speaking, and she said, "This is basically just I forgot. She said a power that is. They realize they're losing their power."
Yes.
She said that she admitted it, and I was like, "Did Nancy just say that?" And also, when you think about these laws and this fake paradigm on a perfect Earth, Earth is perfect.
Earth is
fake
perfect.
paradigm.
Yes.
Yeah, it says the law, you know, that law, ignorance of the law is no defense. Okay, but people go to law school for that. How does that make sense? Ignorance of the law. I don't know the law. I can never know the law. Even the lawyers have to refer to case law. How are we supposed to know the law, but there's no defense? Ignorance of the law is no defense. There are so many things we don't know. We sign documents that we don't know about. We don't get a lawyer for everything we do. Who would have the time? It's all just a bunch of, words twisted and definitions. It's wrong. And now it's all coming loose, and it's falling down. The house of cards is crumbling. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say.
Well, Melinda, great points, great topics, and call back anytime you want to. I'm not going to forget you, I promise you.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, and I'm going to send a chat. What do you got? Super chat, and hey everybody in the chat. Okay, love you, Thomas. Thank you.
Love you too, Melinda. Thank you, sweetie. I appreciate it.
Bye. You're welcome. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Melinda, everybody. Great phone call. Hey, welcome to True Reporting Live. Who is this and where are you from?
This is Steve. I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Hey, Steve. What's on your mind tonight, man? Good to hear from you.
Thank you, man. A couple of things. I'm not going to keep it very long.
All right.
So the first thing I want to bring up is a caller was talking. I was late into the show, so I was trying to gather what we were talking about, but mentioned Biden on video lying about something, and they act like they don't do it. You know, a lot of these people, on video will catch them. And it reminds me of something that, go into the Bible here for a moment. It says that a double-minded man will have no peace.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
I'm really convinced that these people are so enveloped in this sorcery, I guess you'd call it,
sure,
that they can't be brought to a point like a lot of us are. For example, like me, I've been in trouble many times in my life, and I had to admit to a lot of things. So if I were Biden, okay, and I got caught, I would, because I have conviction, like a lot of us do.
Yes.
I would say, you know what? I got caught up. Yes, I did that. Just leave my son out of it. He had nothing to do with it. But I admit to it. Most people would do that because there's a certain peace that you get from relieving yourself of that. But I don't think these people could even go there.
They're delusional.
Very much so. And the last thing, like I said, I was going to keep it short, is I was listening to a show you have with Linda Paris.
Sure.
It was the last one you had. And I don't want to change the subject too much because I got to respect the show. But something was brought up about some people on the earth who, whether we consider them like us or there's something else, I'm sure you could read between the lines what I'm saying.
I am.
That they have to do certain things to appear a certain way.
Yes.
I was thinking about some of these famous people or infamous people like Jeffrey, who, they say he killed himself. Oh, no, he was murdered. But, like, the images that we see are just strange. They don't look like him. And we're left with this just vexed feeling of, like, we're not being told something, and no matter what they tell us, like, we can't fully believe it because something just doesn't feel right. Now, this is kind of out there, so I'm just going to go and bring this up, and I'm going to go and let you go. maybe what it is that if these people left unattended to do the things that they have to do to remain in the state that they are, will then appear as what they really are, and they can't have that happen. So this whole idea of like someone caught up in this, all of a sudden they died, but there was no autopsy, or the body was burned, cremated, and that's it. Like, there's something just strange going on. And of course it could be something else, but when I was listening to that show, I was thinking about it, so I told him to call in. I was like, Millie, this is a pre-recorded show. That wouldn't work out too well.
Yeah.
But so I figured I'd just bring it up because I'm not really one to call in, but maybe I should start doing it.
I think you should, man. I think you got great points, and I don't know. And I've discussed this. I think they've sold their souls. I think that's what this is, and I think that's what we're dealing with. I think they're embodied by. Real quick, I have to read the super chat. Dana Finkler, this is such a great idea. We need a Think Ankle dog face t-shirt in the merch. Yes. Yes, we do. And emphasize her thick ankles, her swollen, gross ankles. Yeah, man, that is a great idea, Dana. No, dude, I think you're serious. I think you're talking importance here, and you could call back anytime. I do believe these people are not who they say they are. Are they, lizards? I don't know. Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
because I've never met anyone. I've never met anyone who can walk up to somebody and then kill and eat a child. Do you?
Yeah.
I don't. I've never met anyone who was a.
I'm glad that I don't. But
no, yeah, me too.
I just think that there's so much in reality. You can call it hidden history. You can call it to the fact that, for the sake of our sanity, we're not allowed to see it. We can call that the veil.
Yes.
It's sort of like our Father's protecting us from what is going on.
I like that.
Either way you look at it, not everyone out there, believes in this stuff, and, to each his own. But so I'm going to end it with this, is that, before I was awoke, I guess you'd call it, or just before my red pill moment, and it happened really fast for me.
Okay.
It wasn't like a slow burning fire. Like, it all hit me in about 2 days. So I got hit pretty hard.
Me too.
So I'm very desensitized to a lot of things, and it's sad, But before that, I would get worked up about, how come I can't make it in this world? How come I can't do this and that? How come it's so difficult? I'm not an idiot. Like, I work hard, and I'm fascinated on these things that define success and fame and notoriety.
Sure.
And but one of the blessings of being red-pilled is we realize is that it's a blessing to not have a certain life. That just being among the people, like life, I mean, not for everyone in the world, but for us here, it's not that bad, No. And it's just, there's a blessing involved with not being on that other side, where, let's put it simple, even compromising your beliefs or your morals is enough for me.
Yes.
I can end my life, just fine with that and answer to it when I go see him in the end. But I'm going to leave it with that, Thomas. You got other people calling. You're awesome. I love the show. And I wish you a great holiday, brother. All right?
You too, man. Thank you so much, dude. Right back at you, to you and yours. Thanks, bud. I appreciate it.
All right.
Talk to you later, dude. Great points. All right, my friends. That is the show. Guess what? So tomorrow, me and Linda are going to be recording a pre-recorded show, and then we were going to release it on Friday on both channels. It will be a premiere, so you'll all be able to watch it like a movie. It'll count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, and then the show comes on. You can live chat the show. I believe Linda will be in there. I will have my son, so I'm going to have to put full attention onto him because I have not seen him in almost a month. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. And pray that this weekend is really good. I pray for it to be great for you all as well. This is the holiday season, and it's time to hang out with both of us, with our families and those who we love and care about. If you enjoyed this stream, please subscribe to this channel. Please leave a like before you walk out the door. And if you want to donate, you can hit that super chat or go to the PayPal or Patreon. I would greatly appreciate it. $2 to $3 is perfectly fine. It will definitely help out. My platform is your platform. You can come on and talk about whatever you want to. This is what we do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's a lot of work to put on, so if you are feeling generous, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks to all the mods out there for keeping it real, keeping the peace, and thanks for everybody who called in. Thanks to everyone who left a like and everyone who donated. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, have a wonderful Wednesday night. Always know God is in control and everything will be a-okay. I will talk to you all tomorrow with a brand new podcast. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.